Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man. Let's talk about Caleb Plant, how he stacks up against Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez. And I got to agree with Dan Goosen last night when he said that that was the best version of Plant I've seen. And that version of Plant, could spell a little bit more trouble than we thought he would have versus Benavidez first. But let's talk about Jermall Charlo. Fairly inactive. You hear some rumors about him going around, and I'm not gonna get into the rumors per se, but he would need a fight like this. Obviously, they don't have a network to put fights on at PBC right now, so pretty sure they're working some things out. I don't know who, where. I still got a feeling that maybe Showtime still gonna come around and allow them to do some things on there, but nonetheless, Plant just reestablished itself as a real true player in the division, man. I thought Charlo would just be too big and too physical for Caleb Plant type of style. Caleb Plant showed that he can be physical, he can be aggressive, he can be an alpha in the ring and not just move. And then you gotta always remember he can, if he need to, he could just go back to sticking and moving if he need to. So he got that in the back pocket, and now he's starting to become full circle, a complete fighter. You hear someone, you heard Darrell say, he was referencing that Plant at the weigh-in, Plant got hurt in camp, and allegedly it was by Carlos Adames, 160-pounder, who was 54, but he's a big dude. Issues with Carlos Adames, why people was kind of surprised by his performance versus Montiel and his other performance versus Derevchenko. Issue with him is he likes to run back to Dominican Republic in between fights and put on a lot of weight. And apparently they ain't been letting him go back home. So now, he ain't been able to go back home, eat a whole bunch, come and just have to work on cutting the weight off now. Now he actually, staying in shape. And that he becoming a real true problem now, right? Because he being more disciplined, staying in Vegas. So, really good fighter. I mean, it's footage of him and Bud sparring and them interchanging 3 sparring partners with Bud. He one of the 3 sparring partners at Gleason's that Bud sparring. It still should be on the internet. So he ain't no chump. He had a bad loss to Patrick Teixeira, but it was an off night, whatever you want to say. So nonetheless, that's kind of what he was referencing to Plant. And it didn't matter. He got knocked out. And Plant showed he could hold his ground. Plant showed he can serve his energy. Plant showed striking, that'd be a problem for somebody like Charlo. I thought if he was to beat Charlo, he would just outbox Charlo. You know what I'm saying? And that still could be the case. But Charlo a dog. Charlo tuck the chin and turn on the turbo jets and try to walk through him. But in this case, I told y'all Plant can punch. He just was moving too much. He not one of the punchers who can punch on the move off platform. But if he able to plant, and deliver, he really, really can punch. He really can punch. So that's something that people, people, I'm telling y'all, man, when he sit down, he's a really, really good puncher. And that's going to be a problem for Charlo because he can stick and move. And now his physicality is now getting up there. Now he's being more physical. And now, his defense is probably being compromised a little bit, but his offense is being compromised too much. You catch my drift. So now he becoming a force. Now he punching through the target. Now he able to punch through the target because he's sitting on the shots now. And then he not really compromising his defensive principles neither. Now he not really compromising his defensive principles neither. So he's starting to find the right blend of mesh of defense and offense. So yeah, I mean, Charlo been fairly inactive too. So Caleb Plant gonna spell some trouble for anybody at 168. He keep fighting like that. He gonna spell trouble for anybody. You know, he gonna spell trouble for anybody. So, but you know, continuing on. Yeah, I think that's a good fight. My favorite plan after what I seen last night. People said, "Well, we got better since fighting the Alvarez." That might be the case. But if I'm a bet man, I said that a lot of that got to do with when he was in Philly for a while, training with Bremen before they announced it. You know, fighting. You know, tough Philly style type of guys, holding his ground. And apparently they had a great camp, and whatever Bradman did, it was the right fit. Getting rid of Justin Gamet and bringing in Stephen Bradman, he did was right for his career. And too bad they had to come with a loss, but after loss, but he fought Canelo like that. I think it would have been a different, different outcome. At least live, different, equation to the outcome. All right. So, but yeah, he gets. I probably favor him to beat Charlo right now. I ain't seen Charlo in a minute too. So Charlo got to get back in the ring and be a little active. But that version of Caleb Plant, I think it beat Charlo, but it'd be a classic, dude. But Charlo ain't gonna go out like Darrell went out. He ain't 38 neither. So you gonna have to then you really gonna have to put them Charlo boys to sleep. You gonna have to earn that. So that's another wonderful fight as well. But obviously the fight people want to see is him and David Benavidez. Him and David Benavidez, man, and that's a really good fight. And last night made it that much interesting. At one point I thought he could outbox David Benavidez. I seen what Garville did to him. He was hella aggressive with Benavidez, but it's it's a little bit different here. Now, Benavidez kind of struggling with the weight a little bit, but he young enough to get away with it. But now Caleb Plant holding his ground. And now I probably still kind of favor Benavidez, but it won't be as easy now playing holding his ground and he defending. Them combinations. Think about Plant, he do slip, but if Plant is slipping, all that stuff. But Plant is able to punch with Benavidez, I think it's a different ball game. Him slipping is kind of putting him out of position. Exactly what Benavidez won't. He a big fighter. He don't care about being out of position. He gonna take that shit and just keep smothering you. But if Plant is able to punch with him, you know what I'm saying, and counter punch him, then I think it really becomes a pick 'em fight. So Benavidez have been on that canvas before. I think Plant kind of got to mount a body attack fighting Benavidez, and I think he got to don't forget that the counter punching, punching with him like he did with Darrell, and I think he'd be fine. Benavidez leaves himself open for a lot of shots. So if he can, work the body, he can counter punch and punch with Benavidez, I think that becomes a pick 'em fight damn near. Benavidez don't have more experience with top fighters than Caleb Plant at this point, and it ain't his fault. But Plant got the experience, and now Plant starting to kind of get the right coach in there. He got the right coach in there to bring the best out of him. And like I said before, the body work, the counter punching is what's going. And him holding his ground like he been holding his ground versus Benavidez. With Benavidez, you got to keep him off balance. You got to keep pushing back. You got to keep turning him. If you let him get on the front foot and be the A dominant fighter, if you let him get on the front foot and be the A dominant fighter, he gonna beat you up no matter. He gonna smother you. But if you keep him off balance, put him on the back foot, turn him, run your combinations off with him, got a chance of beating him. You got a real good chance of beating him. So that body work, that counter punching ability, that punching with him, and now Plant, holding his ground now, it's gonna be a different ball game. Now with Benavidez, you get to moving and shit, and letting him stalk you. That's what he want. That's what punchers want. They want you to stalk. 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 They really do. They want you to stalk. They want to stalk you. They want you to give up ground so they can get leverage. So, two fantastic fights. I think Plant I think Plant showed a lot of them PBC guys and guys in boxing. You know, you can get better after a loss. That's what I think he showed. He got better, made some adjustments. You know, made some adjustments, and you know now he right back at the top of the division. And a lot of people looking at him different, and he might be the flavor of the month because we ain't seen Charlo fight. We ain't seen Benavidez fight in a minute, but you know, yeah, he might be the flavor, but like I said, he a problem. Him and Bredman a problem. Whatever the screening process was for him picking Bredman, you know, he made the right decision. He made the right decision. that's what I can say. So far, he made the right decision. So, but you know, other than that, man, we just gotta wait and see. Ain't no major fights on next weekend. Y'all gotta wait till Saturday, the 29th. Katie Taylor fighting the 29th. Joseph D.F. Williams Cepeda, Lomachenko Ortiz, Jake Paul Anderson Silva. So we don't we don't chill this weekend, but they picked a hell of a weekend to put all the fights on Halloween, you know, costume parties, kids parties, you know, all that type of stuff. They picked a hell of a weekend, but let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Check out the boxing. We ain't no replay list for this, but hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Even more. Appreciate y'all. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.